Hey guys, this is Joe Bennett, and I just put out a book on Amazon called The Cascade of Birds. So I'll show you guys systems that I've been using in the game of chess in order to achieve wins. So this is the main thing I've been promoting in my book. Again, if you search on Amazon, you can buy it if you have a Kindle or something. A Cascade of Birds, and it's basically just showing people how I play the bird and how it's been successful for me. So I'm not using the computer engine right now, it's just a visual aid. So this is kind of the main line. My book's really extensive though, it goes into all the different little permutations around the bird and when they don't go into the main line what to do. Is pretty long. So here's the main position, and they have a few options here. I'm gonna go show you that the major universal assemblages of structures that people play for. Right here on move 8, rook to the E file is a general thing people would play. And the system that I recommend, the lines that I've worked up after basically, honestly, I've been playing this like 12, 11 years, the bird, and eventually I came to these lines, so I wrote a book. You huck your queen over to h4 in attack position, and if they break like this, then your rook scope is potentiated, and from here we don't take again, we leave that there, and we play knight to c3, and you can see that there's a couple of options for them, but we're playing for an e4 here so we can get our dark squared bishop here, and there's going to be some uncomfortable pressure on that knight, and there's some tricks here along the various ways. If they push at d4, then we can take on d4 and our bishop's already opened up, and after the pawn recaptures we can play our knight here, and if they kick it right away then you wind it around to the c4 square. If they kick it with a6, then after that little kick, knight a3, and then the c4 square is eventually going to be strong once these knights get traded. So if they don't kick it, then the bishop will come out to f4. So from this position, a lot of people will just take to open up for their rook, and you always take back with the bishop. In this line, you let them take. You take back with the bishop, and now they have a choice of a few things to play. We want to play for an e4 here, so they're probably not going to bring their bishop out to f5. I mean, the other moves, e4 is really just common, and then our dark squared bishop's opened up and we have an attack on the king side, and this pawn's pushed forward, which is good. So I know these positions and the type of things that result here I can play, and the people who I play are in the dark, you know. So we play e4, take, you can see it's defended 3 times, and it's attacked 3 times, so they can't take, so they got to move the bishop again, and when they move the bishop back, then we can play for our major goal here, which is this. And even though it's defended twice by the bishop and queen, we have a rook coming down, and the d file can be strenuous for them. So this is an edge for white, definitely. And that's just if they play rook here. So that's even covered more in the book too, and there's a lot of things that are covered in a great detail and depth, and all that jazz. Another universal move here is bishop f5 here, which is a different permutation entirely. And another universal move here is this. These are all covered in the book. I've committed them to memory. So we still hawk our queen out here. And if they break here, then you take, they take, and then after that exchange, then we play this again. So it's similar. There's a lot of similar themes going on, and when you're at the chessboard calculating and stuff, you'll decide which theme to play in each type, or you just memorize the lines. But if you understand exactly what's going on, then it's a little bit easier. And just even moves like this, rook b8, that kind of wastes the tempo because a4 is already clamped down, and then you can just put your queen over the king side. And so you're playing for the king side attack, and if they do some other stuff like knight here, then you can play e4, and you see other moves. Anything like d4, this pawn structure is going to be really good for a king side attack. So those are a few lines, and then a good way to play it for them is like this. Probably the best thing black can do. But again, you're not really afraid of that. You just play h3 and you kind of wait. You know, if in Keto, then something that we're playing here for is g4, and then they got to decide what to do here. If they don't decide what to do and they don't commit anything, then we got this. See, I'll just go through this quick, but there's a lot of potentials here for certain things. And even if they move e6 like this, then we have a long-term plan here, which involves some stuff that might look goofy. I'm just rushing through this. You probably will be like, well, this is a random position, but I'm just showing how a kingside attack can come into play. Eventually, people are going to not be able to do anything about this attack that's coming, and you can see, right, like in this kind of position, it's really getting close to checkmate, and the only way they can prevent it is that. So then you just snap there, and they take back, and then we're up a pawn here. So even if they try to threaten us like that, we got double check here. So we're up a piece, and then all we need to do is defend this position. So sure, there's better moves here, but one of them is just come in here, and now we're up a piece, and they need to move. So I mean, that's a superficial analysis, I know, but the book goes into all this in depth, and I hope you check it out because this throws people off. It's an oddball opening, which is very strong, and the point is that your rook gets open up after you castle, and obviously castling is the strongest move in chess because you're moving two pieces at once. So check it out, A Cascade of Birds, Amazon.com, and I hope that you are interested. Thank you for watching.